Load it up. Load it up. Alrighty, so we just finished doing, what, 4.5 hours of Dead Cells. First time playing it. I've seen some videos of it online on, like, YouTube, like, just, like, very short, though, maybe, like, a minute here, a minute there. I thought the visuals of it looked really, really good. And, I was interested in it, then I heard it came out, for the consoles, and I was like, alright, yeah, you know, let me check it out. Let me play it and whatnot. I was a little bit worried at first for the fact that I know sometimes games like this can be really, really tough, and I will say that if you don't stick it through, if you don't get to, like, keep on redoing the first level, that's a possible situation you might go through, replaying the first level, but eventually you'll get enough upgrades and stuff so that that first level does get a little bit easier so you can pass it. But if you don't stick through that, you're missing out on a game that is legit gonna open up like a beautiful flower of gaming funness. I swear. The one cool thing about the game I will say is that yes, it's tough at first, really tough, and it does keep that hardness up as you go on, but golly, it is so much fun. As you get abilities, as you unlock certain things, it gets so fun. Let me see if I can open this up here so I can talk about the different things. Let's see, that's in it. Continue streaming mode. Oh, by the way, I'm playing in streaming mode, so the people in the chat can vote and do a whole bunch of different things in the game. So in the game, you have 2 weapon slots for your basic weapons. So you have like an arrow attack. That's what I have, at least. And then you get this. I have a little punch now, which is pretty beastly. So I have gauntlets, and then I have the double bow there, and then you get 2 abilities or tools you can use. So the infantry grenade 3-L is what I have, and it will explode and then also sends out like damage out where it shoots a volley of arrows there. It does a lot of damage. And then the sinew slicer 2. These, I absolutely recommend the slicer. If you're more of a reserve player, I absolutely recommend it. It is amazing. I hope there's a gold version of it eventually. It's amazing. And then you get like an amulet that's going to give you some boosters and boosters to your stats and everything. But when you do unlock these things, like that throws out a turret, they'll shoot everything around it, and there's a grenade. You know, when you do finally unlock these games, this game opens up so amazingly. And as a streamer, it is so much fun to play. You think it's going to be one of those uber hard, you know, super duper, you gotta get good to be amazing at this game, but in some ways it is, but mostly it's not. It's really not. It's definitely not holding your hand, but it's fun in a way that can only be explained that due to the randomness of it, you don't get that feeling of like struggling on that one exact same moment, that one exact same part. Because this game is also, from what I hear, procedurally generated. So, like I was seeing with the first board, I had to play through it like 8 times before I can get to the second board. Now I'm on to, I beat the first boss that you run into, like the main boss in the storyline, and I'm at the first board past that. And it just, once I got abilities unlocked and I started getting it down pat and everything, it just opened up so much, like, greatness to the game in and of itself. So I definitely recommend it. I definitely recommend sticking through it, trying to get past that first board, and seeing if you like it after that. Yes, you can play without the streaming mode, but for me, you know what, I'm lucky that I had some great people helping me out in the chat. The Mediocre Gamer, we have Max Gentleman doing it. I think even Bearded Corvus, you picked it up once there to help me out, especially on the boss fight when Meaty became the boss, but luckily only commanded 1 attack, but that boss still started to go ham. It still started to go ham. It was unbelievable. But due to the procedural generation of this game, even if you're stuck on one board, one area, it stays fun. It stays interesting. And it doesn't have that same level of hitting your head against a dang wall because you can't get past this one boss that is there, will always be there, and is put there as a skill check. So since the boards are changing, the layouts are changing, maybe there's something hard about the layout where certain things are, you know, at. Well, that might not be there the next time. So the changes and everything just makes it feel interesting. It makes the exploration of it feel interesting. The hidden spots are so interesting. There's one spot where there's a little Indiana Jones style callback where you're at the edge of the map and you can't see anything. It just looks like openness to your drop to your death. And I just happened to just throw out my turret and it just floated in midair. And then it turned out there was just a hidden, you couldn't see the ground there, but it was there. Yeah, it's just such a wonderful game. Now, I'll get on with the bad sides of it. There's not much bad I could say, but the main bad thing about it, I would say, is it's a cheap game, at least. At least you're not paying $60 for it. But I hope that if they make a sequel to this or an expansion or something, I would definitely love more of a storyline. I would definitely love if they could do it with this art style, maybe a movie type scene with voiceovers and stuff. I hope that, you know, yes, it's a downside to the game, in my opinion, but I hope that the money they make off of this game, due to it just being so much fun and so interesting, goes towards those upgrades and those changes. But really, that's the only bad thing I can say about the game. It really runs solid. It's fun. It changes up every time. The whole streamer mode and everything to do with the streamer mode is so unbelievable. It's kind of the first time I've really seen a game really, other than like the Jackbox games, really integrate Twitch in a beyond interesting way. Just, you might want to shut off people's abilities to say things while you're in game, just saying, because it can block your vision. It does stay up a little long. But, alright, so that's my review of Dead Cells. Great game. Don't wait for it to be on sale. You don't have to. You can buy it right now. Have fun with it. I think it's a perfect game for the Switch, especially to take with you on the go. Perfect game. This game is made for the Switch. But if you have it on other things, it's amazing too. But I hope if you played it, let me know what you thought about it. If you haven't played it yet, let me know what the concerns are as to why you haven't played it yet. But I hope, at the end of the day, I hope it's just a game that people enjoy to play and have fun playing it and do a thing with it. That's what I hope. Golly gosh. Have a good day.